Hey, Llama. Yes, I'm scared. Me too. But that's okay. Why? Because I'm with you. Yeah? Yeah. Mm. Boom. Hello, Lala. This is Antonio checking in with you with a very important message from here at the core team in Medellin. And to give you a sense of what this message is going to contain, I'm going to bring up some very high tech video to help with this. Okay, so if we can have some effects help with that, dude. Okay, great. So first, we're going to give a little check-in on how the team is doing here in Medellin, the quarantine. I'm going to check in a little bit about historical context of what is happening in the world right now. Then third, this message is accompanied by a form that we really, really, really need you to fill out, please. So we really need to hear from you. We need your feedback. We want to hear from you. And that involves wanting to hear about what's going on in your life right now, how things are unfolding for you, but also we want to invite you to imagine and to dream with us. And I'll explain a little bit more about that in a bit. So first, this update. So I am here in Medellin, Colombia, with the rest of the team, the core team, and we are all challenged by a quarantine that is affecting the city. This is my backyard. It's giving you a little of the greenery, and I'm personally on day 9 of a 14-day quarantine because I was out of the country. But now the mayor just announced today that the entire city is going to be quarantined until April 13th. So if you are dealing with similar things, lo siento, I feel for you. And it's all, very interesting, very challenging times. I don't know if any of you have been through things like this before. Quarantines are certainly new for me, and but some of us have dealt with things like this. I was speaking with an alum today who is from a community where there are times of the year where folks have to stay home because of the danger of flooding because there's such a riverside community. And so some of you may have been in situations like this before, some of you may have not. But either way, just want to share that there are many unique challenges to living at a time like this. The only thing that this brings to mind for me is I was in New York City around the time of 9/11 when terrorists, knocked down the Twin Towers. And it was a very difficult time to be in New York because it was so sad. There was so much sadness in the street. There's also so much beauty with the way that people came together and helped each other out and the messages from around the world. And so um, it feels similar to me, like what's happening in the world right now, and that there's potential for people to connect in ways they've never connected before. And that maybe all of those grand issues that we've cared about in our own lives finally will find home in the fact that people are just caring more. But we want to hear about how things are affecting you right now, what's going on in your communities. So in the forum, please let us know, like what's going on in your life. How are you? Are you okay? What challenges are you facing? What challenges is your community facing? And so that's part of it. And then the other part is that we've really been thinking about what it means to lead a leadership organization in a time of global crisis. And we really are trying to think about how we can harness all of the power of Lala to take action. And so we want you to imagine and dream with us to imagine action. What could it look like? How might we as a network of not just 500 alumni, but all the amazing organizations and individual change makers that we're connected to, how might we all, impact you if you're dealing with struggles? Or how might we impact you or your family and your friends? How might we impact our communities? How might we impact our states and our nations and maybe even the world? And so really want you to give this thought, to share any ideas that you have, very small to the big. Also, point us to any organizations or projects or initiatives that you think are happening that are very beautiful or worthwhile, because we're not the only ones thinking this way. And it's not always about coming up with a new idea. Sometimes it's about taking something that exists and just helping it work better. So Edgar Gouveia in Brazil is doing some amazing work with this. um, Peace First is doing some really cool things where they're funding grants for community projects for folks of your age. And so anything that you think could be relevant to this, please share. And as always, we want you to be free, and we want you to think about this and bring yourselves to it, but we also want you to do it Lala style. So to remind us and help us with this, we're sharing this gratitude note that's for the entire community, that's reminding us that we should do this con muito lalamor, con mucho lalamor, with lots of la 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 love. So I want to share that with you, and also invite you to consider how, in Buddhism there's this idea that the lotus flower, which is among the more beautiful flowers on the planet, grows out of the mud. And so there's this idea that if there's no mud, there's no flower. And so what can we do in this time of mud to ensure the flowers will rise? And I think a lot of you know that in Spanish, mud is translated as lodo, but in Portuguese, mud is translated as lama. Yep. So a final just bit of beauty and encouragement there. And if any of you need to contact us for anything at all, you can use any of the numbers that you have for us, or you could also, again, I'm going to pop up a very high-tech graphic on the screen. You can reach out to me. You can reach out to Jess at those emails that are posted. And yes, if there's anything or any way at all we can be of service to what you or a community member is going through, let us know and we'll figure it out and we'll try to do it together. Okay? Lots of love. Ciao, ciao.